Hi and welcome to Adventist Mission. I'm standing here in Haiti in the Inter-American region of the World Church, and that's where we'll be focusing our attention on today's program. I'm standing on the tropical island of Hispaniola. Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably never even heard of that before. But this island is made up of two countries, Haiti, where I am now, and the Dominican Republic. In many ways, the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Haiti is thriving. Church membership is growing rapidly, more than 300,000 church members. And you go to church on Sabbath, and many of the churches will have 3 or more services just to accommodate all the people who are coming. But it's also a country of extreme poverty, security concerns, and many other challenges. Later in this program, I'll be talking to Pastor Israel Leito, who is the president of the church for this entire Inter-America region. But right now, we're talking with the president of the church here in Haiti, Pastor Saint-Pierre. For many people, the only picture they have of Haiti is disturbance in the political arena, various natural disasters, and a high degree of poverty. But the story of Haiti is much more complex than that. It's a beautiful country with very hospitable people. And my guest today is the president of the Haitian mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Pastor Saint-Pierre. Welcome to the program. You are the president of the union here, and this union is not a small one. We have more than 300,000 church members. How much is the church growing each year in Haiti?
It is indeed a blessing, a great blessing to the people, to the administration, the church administration, the difficulties, the turbulence, and all kind of trouble.
Now, did you say that was a blessing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of poverty, because of hardship, the church members and the people in general pray and they keep hope to something better. The political situation, the condition of the country in general makes the people develop a kind of phobia, fear to be kidnapped, fear to be killed, fear to be robbed in general. And because of that, they pray so that their conditions may be bettered by God.
So, Pastor, I get the impression that the people here are a very spiritual people. They're looking for answers in the spiritual area, not necessarily from the Bible, but they're looking for spiritual answers.
It is correct. They are very spiritual. They are looking for a better life, and because of that, they pray a lot.
Pastor, thank you very much for joining us. And viewers at home, please remember Haiti in your prayers, not just the country, but specifically the church. They face many challenges, but there's a vitality here, there's an energy here. Things are happening. They do not have the resources to make it happen, but they do have the power of the Holy Spirit. Please remember them in your prayers, and may God richly bless you in your endeavors to share God's love in your neighborhoods. The Inter-America region of our world church is one of the fastest growing regions of the world. It's a very diverse area. It ranges through English-speaking countries, French-speaking, Spanish-speaking, communist countries, diversity of peoples and cultures, languages. It's a vibrant place to be, and my guest today is Pastor Israel Leito. Welcome, Pastor Leito.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Pastor Leito is the president of this region of the world. And Pastor, tell me, how do you cope with so many people coming into the church? It's growing, it's bursting at the seams, but you have only limited resources. How do you keep it all together?
It is a difficult issue. And this is what we call our Waterloo, because it's a losing battle that we are fighting. In 1996 to 2006, we have doubled the amount of members that every minister has to take care of. And it's an issue that has us very worried. But in a recent strategic planning meeting, we were discussing how to deal with this thing. At this committee meeting, for instance, we are lowering the amount of tithe that the local fields have to send to the division in order to leave more money in the field to employ more pastors. But the problem is that it's not always lack of money, because there are places where the money is there, but it can't get the ministers. Our schools don't produce them fast enough to cope with the rapid growth we have. And at that strategic planning meeting, somebody said, but what is our concern? After all, the less pastors we have, more lay involvement we have. And this has been the secret of our growth. Yeah. So we look at it with certain concern, but also with certain gratitude to the Lord that He's leading in this way, in such a way that the membership is doubling virtually. To take, for instance, we thought that by the next GC session in Atlanta, we would make the 3 million member. Here we are, 2 years before the GC session, and we are at the 3 million member mark already. Well, the statistics show us that we have a 99.6% retention rate. It's unbelievable, but this is what the statistics give us. And these things, as we look at them, we feel so happy, but we are not totally satisfied because we want to keep everybody.
What are your hopes for the future? What would you like to see happen?
Yeah. Well, my hope for the future is limitless in this issue of membership growth. We would love to see, as our members are right now, actively participating, encouraged. We want our members to feel proud of their church. We want them to feel that this is their church, they belong to it, they can move it. And this is why we're moving everything and make it possible, as much as possible, to keep the members aware and satisfied with what the church is doing. And the best way to do it is good communication with the membership. And so we are very happy for that.
Wonderful. Pastor Leder, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And to our viewers at home, the inspiration of this division is infectious. But of course they have many challenges. Limited resources, still a big mission field of areas which haven't been reached yet. Please pray for the leaders in this division, pray for the church members, the pastors, and thank you for your support of Adventist mission.
The most widely spoken language in the Caribbean country of Haiti is Creole. On which of these languages is Creole based? Portuguese, French, Spanish, English? The correct answer is French. Haiti is one of the few Caribbean countries where the official language is French. France ruled Haiti as a colony until it won its independence in 1804, the result of a slave revolt. Haiti was the second country in the Americas to win its independence, following the United States in 1776.
Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, a place that some people dream to get away from, an environment that drains the soul. 80% of the Haitian population lives below the poverty line. For them, each day is a game of survival. How can we bring light to a place of hopelessness? Imagine waking up next week in Port-au-Prince, the largest city and capital of Haiti. To feed your family, you will need to gather what little money you have and travel north on National Highway 1. Most people travel in ornate, overloaded buses known as tap-taps. The ride is hot, cramped, and bumpy. The roads in Haiti are decaying. Heavy rain runs wild, unbridled because of deforestation, carving deep, varied ruts, making travel painfully slow. As you wind up and out of the city, you get a clear view of the rough, stacked blockhouses filling every available space. For safety, many of the homes and offices are fortified with tall walls and coils of barbed wire.
The condition of the country in general makes the people develop a kind of phobia, fear. Fear to be kidnapped, fear to be killed, fear to be robbed.
You, like many others, are traveling to buy charcoal made from the few remaining trees growing on the island. Haitians use charcoal for cooking, and after returning to the city with your small supply, the afternoon would be spent trying to sell these small charred scraps of wood to your neighbors. Haiti shares the Latin American island known as Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic. The red and blue flag pulls from the design of the French tricolor flag, giving insight into Haiti's independence from France in 1804. Many current Haitians are descendants of captured and enslaved Africans and now speak Creole, a hybrid of French and certain African languages. Despite current conditions, many people in Haiti are deeply spiritual.
They are looking for a better life, and because of that, they pray a lot.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church is thriving in Haiti. More than 300,000 members worship in more than 400 churches across the small country. Church buildings are filled to capacity, and many have 3 or more services each Sabbath to accommodate the unprecedented growth. Pastors are stretched thin across the population, but church members in Haiti are working tirelessly to help push forward with growth. Veronique is one of many church members who preach at evangelistic campaigns in Haiti every night, 4 months out of the year. Today, she finished her most recent campaign and had the joy of witnessing 20 of her students being baptized.
I am happy because those people are in the world, but now they have the same hope that I have, so I am really pleased.
She starts her next series tomorrow night. In recent years, your 13th Sabbath offering has helped build a seminary, hospital, chapels, and has expanded the listening area of the Voice of Hope radio station across Haiti. Thank you for your faithful support of the 13th Sabbath offerings. Please continue to keep the people of Haiti in your prayers. Because of you, Adventists here are bringing hope to the hopeless, giving them the joy and fulfillment of knowing Jesus as their Savior.
I grew up hearing mission stories, and it always excited me to hear the stories of frontline missionaries who left the comforts of home and went across to some foreign land, and in my case it was leaving Australia to go to Papua New Guinea or the Solomons or one of the South Pacific Islands. I guess that interest has always stuck with me, and I still love to hear the stories, not only of current missionaries, but also former missionaries. And my guest today is Pastor Robert Kloosterhuis. Pastor Kloosterhuis, you have been a missionary, you've been an administrator, you're a general vice president of the General Conference, but it just interests me that as a young man, you and your wife, you just graduated from college, you had a 2-month-old baby, and you headed to Haiti for your first assignment. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Well, I tell you, it was a very thrilling point in time. And given our age, it was an adventure. During the time that I was in college, conviction grew on me that that is what I wanted to do, was to go overseas and to work for the Lord in whatever capacity He wanted to use me. And so the opportunity came, and we went.
Now, did your college training prepare you for what you found?
Yes and no.
Right.
There was a lot of practical things that one had to learn. At that time, there was no mission orientation. Mm-hmm. We just went and we were dunked right into the middle of everything, and we had to fend for ourselves.
So you learnt on the job.
We surely did.
Now, when you went down there, you didn't understand the language,
Not a bit.
but now you are fluent in French and you speak Creole. How did you learn the language?
Well, we took formal lessons as far as the French is concerned, and the Creole we picked up because that was the lingua franca of Haiti, and we had to use that, and it was not a written language.
Right.
So it was a matter of hearing it and understanding what was involved and working from there.
Now, most of us, the picture we see of Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. We have seen the political instability and the difficulties they faced there. When you went there in 1954, what was it like then?
Well, I tell you, it was far different from what it is today. I think it was, in my opinion, the golden age of Haiti. People were basically very courteous, very kind. Facts are, if I had at that time $1 million cash in my pocket, that I could do that, I would not have been afraid to walk from one end of Haiti to the other and not fear of being robbed at that time.
Amazing.
It was a marvelous time. And I made very good friends with a lot of people there in Haiti, many of them that I count today as some of the best friends I have ever made in the mission field.
Wonderful. Now, Elder Klusterhuis, when you were there were perhaps 10,000 church members, Adventist church members. How does it make you feel to today to hear that there are more than 300,000 church members?
Oh, it's a wonderful sensation to have, really, the Holy Spirit working in the way that it is done. When we arrived there, we were to be attached to the school, and it was called Seminar Adventist at that moment. It had 33 students. When we left there, it had over 2,000 students.
Amazing.
Oh, the growth was just tremendous. I had the opportunity when I was head of the school to go through the process of having the school recognized. Before that, many people felt that school was real, it was just for pastors and that's all. But the door was open, and some of the students that took the first examination, one of them had the second highest score in mathematics. And they said, "What school did you go to?" I went to Seminar Adventist.
Wonderful.
And it was there that the school really began to grow, and just had a great influx of students that came to the school.
Fantastic. We're going to hear more about this, Elder Klusterhuis, but right now we'll go to a break, but we will come back and we will learn more about the country of Haiti and the mission there.
Hi, I'm Dan Weber, one of the video producers at the Office of Adventist Mission at the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. 4 times a year, I make a trip with one of these cameras, and we go out around the world, and we see the life of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and we share these exciting mission stories with you here on this TV show. I want to share with you another way that you can take these mission stories and share them with your family and friends. It's called the Adventist Mission DVD. Every quarter, this DVD is sent free of charge to churches in North America. If your church isn't using it, ask your pastor or your Sabbath school superintendent if they will use it. The second way that you can get this DVD is by subscribing to it. It only costs $10 a year, and that pays for the shipping. Go to the website that you see on the screen or call the phone number that you see and subscribe, and every quarter this DVD will get sent to your house. I want to thank you for your prayers and your support of Adventist Mission through the years.
We're talking with Elder Robert Klusterhuis, and we're in the country of Haiti, where you began your ministry. And you were telling me earlier about how a hurricane came through, which is not unusual for Haiti, and that you were asked to help with the distribution of milk. Can you tell us a little bit about that story?
Yes, I recall that very well, because one of the first major assignments I ever had in my lifetime, and it was a brand new situation since I just started working for the church and was employed just a couple of months, 3-4 months in fact. And the U.S. aid required that a U.S. citizen had to oversee the distribution of the milk. So we had over 200 tons of powdered milk that we made distribution of. So we went on a huge truck that brought this food, parts of it, not all of it, and we went as far as we could by truck, and then we put it all on the horses and the donkeys, and we went back up into the mountains. And when we got there, they had a path lined with flowers. They had put little stakes in the pathway, and they were singing, God is great, God is a wonderful God. And I didn't know what they were singing, but that's what was translated for me. And when we got to the little chapel, it was just a little new chapel, I got off my horse, and the people began to pinch me, and I couldn't understand what was going on at first. But then I learned that I was actually the first Caucasian Seventh-day Adventist ever to reach into this part of the country. And they were just overjoyed, the fact that I had been there and was bringing them food, and they were so happy about this. So that is, to me, one of the outstanding experiences that I have had that has been very helpful to broaden my own experience and an understanding of human suffering, and also of the kindness that people can show even though they have very little. It was a very touching to me and a powerful lesson.
Yes, I'm sure. Now, Elder Klosterhuis, you served there for how many years?
A total of 14 years in
14
Haiti.
years. And you also served in Africa for 5 years.
Yes.
Mission has been an important part of your life. Why is mission so important to the life of the Seventh-day Adventist Church?
Well, I think it has to be integrated into the command that Christ gave us when he says, go ye into all the world. If we didn't have that broad outlook as God has, where would we be? We would not be fulfilling his will. This is something I needed to comprehend very carefully in my own mind, and is the broadening of my own experience, my own understanding of cultures. You know, I've said many times to myself, I wish I could take out all the good of all the cultures that I have encountered, put them all together. It would be a wonderful life.
I'm sure. Thank you so much for joining us today. And viewers at home, please pray for the mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Pray that men and women, boys and girls will come to know of the love of Jesus Christ through the ministry of this church. We hope that our Adventist Mission Program will help inspire you to continue praying for and supporting mission around the world. Your weekly mission offerings do make a difference. And thanks also for your donations to Global Mission. Please pray for mission. Pray for missionaries who are working around the world. We'd like to send you a quarterly pamphlet called Global Mission Prayer Calendar. In here you'll find an area a month to pray for. And it also includes a place for you to write your prayer list for each month. If you'd like to receive the quarterly prayer calendar, just call us and ask to be added to our mailing list. Here in North America, you can phone 1-800-648-5824, or you can request it online at www.adventistmission.org. It's easy. Thanks again for joining us today, and I hope you can join us next time right here on the Hope Channel.